not on this level yet. But we did it, and we got accepted as a vendor.
Fuck yeah, that's a huge feather in your cap.
Yeah, so that worked out to like 20 hours a week now.
Yeah. No, you're living the Kiwi dream, mate.
Mm.
No one handed you
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome to the HazMat podcast, episode number 43, getting rid of trucking asbestos. And today we're going to sing out to some of our unsung heroes, finally, the men that pick up our waste and get rid of it, which you don't really think about once the job's over, you sort of pack up and bugger off. But no, somebody actually has to come and pick up the big waste bags and actually get rid of them. So I'm very pleased to be joined by Steve from B&R Transport. Steve, welcome, mate.
Cheers, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into trucking.
Yeah, I got into trucking when I was about 18, 19. I got my class 2 back then. Got my truck and trailer licence, I think, a couple of years later. Always had high-abs on our trucks, so got pretty good at that. And went out on my own about 2 years ago.
It's a big move.
Yeah, no, it was the best thing I've done so far. It's been pretty busy, trying to do my own thing, trying to get more trucks and find more work.
I know, because we have a business relationship, you've expanded pretty aggressively the last 2 years, and it's been a pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
Just wondering, in terms of your fleet, you've obviously started with one truck. What are you up to now?
So we're on our 4th truck now. We just brought a smaller truck for around town, actually, just to do asbestos bags and the old spa pool. It's quite a short little truck that's got quite a big crane on the back of it. We are looking at buying another bigger truck, an 8-wheeler with a bigger high-ab on it, probably next 4 to 6 months. But yeah, work's really picked up, which is good.
Sounds like for Wellington you want a shorter wheelbase but a bigger crane. Yeah. Obviously with the access issues.
That's exactly
most
what
properties.
It is. Yeah, it's a short wheelbase, so it's like driving a big van. It's got a 5 metre deck on it, but the crane on it can pick about close to 4 tonne behind the truck.
Yeah, okay.
Do about a tonne at 12 metres. So,
pretty good. Yeah, obviously the further out you stretch, the less you can tolerate.
Yeah. Pretty much we can pick up any asbestos bag as long as we can reach it, 12 metres. I haven't had one yet that we can, even a bag with Super 6 in it, we can still pick it up out there.
Talking a big game there, mate. That's cool. Tell me about when you first got into, so you've been driving trucks since you're a teenager.
Yeah. And
then you've gone out onto your own a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
When did you first get into actually the asbestos game, picking up our filthy waste?
So a mate of mine who used to have an asbestos company, he kind of said to me, look, there's a market here for it. So after a lot of convincing, he finally talked me into it. I brought a little truck, it had a really old crane on it, sold my drag car to get it, so it had to work. Quit my job after 18 years.
That's backing yourself. Yeah, well done.
That was the hardest part.
Goodness me.
Just went and hit up a few asbestos companies. There was 2 asbestos companies that gave me a chance straight away.
Mm-hmm.
And then but we were doing a lot of asbestos back then, and I think after 3 months of doing it, I knew I had to buy a bigger truck to keep up with the big boys, or buy a bigger crane. So I brought another truck, and I ran both those trucks myself. So on a Thursday, I'd go to everyone's loadouts for Friday or Monday, because we obviously only go to the tip Monday or Friday.
That's right, yep.
So I'd preload both trucks, be at the tip 8 o'clock in the morning, unload the first load, race back to the yard, grab the other truck that's preloaded, get that in there before 10 o'clock, and then go to another yard, grab their load, and be out there by, I think it's 10:30 or something like that for the next run.
Down to a fine art.
Yeah.
Obviously, what are some of your biggest challenges when you turn up to an asbestos removal job and the bags are out there ready to be collected? What are some of the biggest issues that you find trying to pick up people's waste bags?
Like we get all the jobs no one wants to do, put it that way. We get called up, can you come do this? Other trucks tried, you can't get in there. So it's like a challenge to us. But the biggest thing's probably power lines. They're quite hard, but we've got a way around that now, kind of, with chains. We've shortened our chains, we can kind of drag them out the way. Parked cars.
Oh, yeah.
And another one of the most challenging, I'd say, is when you get there and they've got broken zips, holes in the sides of the bags, and you don't really notice it until you pick the bag up, and it's kind of your problem. Once it's on the hook, it's your problem. So
I imagine when our guys leave this stuff, when you turn up, there's no one around to complain to. It's like, right, well, that's what you've got to deal with now.
Yes.
Which can be probably pretty frustrating, I'd imagine.
It is. So we carry tape on our trucks. It's big, wide, white tape. So we tape up the bags, patch them up as best we can. I'm pretty good at fixing the zips. Once we pick it up with the hire, you can normally get the zips working again. And but other than that,
okay, because lifting them takes the strain off the seam, I guess.
Everything falls to the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the zips are kind of quite tight. You know, the guys can't exactly pick them up and shake it. Everything falls to the bottom. But other than that, just mainly tight accesses. But we haven't, that's why we brought the second truck with the crane on it. So we got 17 metres to reach on that.
Yeah.
So if we can't get in the driveway, we can normally park out in the street and have a crack at it.
I find just driving around Wellington City looking at jobs, it's hard enough in a ute sometimes to navigate these streets, and yet someone must have built the house at some point, someone must have put a roof on it. People have had to deal with this stuff, but I just can't fathom how you guys can actually negotiate some of these steep, like look at High Tai or some of the ones on the south coast and things like that. I just wonder how the heck you can do it.
You just got to do it. Once, like Kandala, they're probably some of the worst places. High Tai. We charge by the hour. So, no load, no pay.
Yep.
So once you leave the yard, you want to go there and you want to get the job done. And some of these other asbestos companies, if you go there and you can't do a job, you can't get to it or something like that, they'll ring the next person and they'll never call you back again. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, So you want to keep everyone happy.
Okay, well that brings me on to my next point. If you can give advice, our viewers, maybe they're asbestos removalists, and what could you say to them when they're actually doing a load out of their job and they're putting it into that big bag? What should they be thinking about for you before they actually place the bag, before they put all the weight in it?
Pretty much, obviously just power lines is the main one. Parked cars we can deal with. We've done it before. We go knock on people's doors. Can you move your car? To get into a driveway or something. But it's mainly just power lines. I would say would be the most dangerous. And just communication. Tell us, say, hey, look, there's cars parked out in the road, or it's quite a tight street, or hey, if they know our trucks, bring the truck. Your bigger crane or the shorter, smaller truck to get into the tight street. Just communication really, and just really just common sense.
I was quite impressed with the pickup you guys did for us in Mount Cook a couple of weeks ago, and you had a crack at it. It wasn't possible. It was far too narrow.
Yeah.
And we spoke that night, I think, and you said, look, I've had a word into the ear of one of my staff, and he feels bad, and he's going to have another crack at it tomorrow. Yeah. And sure enough, he got there. Well, we were thinking we're going to have to go in and manually open everything and unload it all into a trailer, but you managed to pull it off, so I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, well, we couldn't get the big truck in there. The big truck's 2.4, that would not fit, and the other smaller truck I got is 2.2, so I was actually really impressed he managed to fit that in there. Yeah. It was like the mirrors folded in going in. On the reversing camera and out the window. We got
actually what we'll do. I've got a couple of photos of that. I think via your social media.
Yeah.
For Cam trying to squeeze in there.
Yeah.
And we'll post it up on the show so you can just see what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Now, last question. We made it to the end already. A lot of people have no idea, and I've done an episode on this a long time ago, but it'd be nice to hear from someone that actually does it.
Yeah.
Where when you pick up your orange bags or whatever the hell they are, where do you actually take them? Where does asbestos go?
So we're obviously supposed to give 48 hours notice to the landfill, which we never do. It's always last minute, but they're pretty good. They get back to us and confirm the booking. So you got to fill out a declaration form, give that to the kiosk, and there's only certain tip times, which is the hardest part, is trying to get. I've got probably 8 demolition and asbestos companies we do work for.
Yeah.
And everyone rings up for a load on a Friday.
Right.
You try and juggle that in the tip times.
So the window, sorry to interrupt you, the windows where they accept you turning up is small and getting probably smaller.
Oh yeah, it's only twice a week and there's only 2-hour windows throughout the day. But my other driver I've got, he's pretty good. We preload the trucks the night before. That's what some people say to us. We go, oh, we'll come pick your bags up on Thursday. I said, well, I'm not paying you to store them. I says, well, it actually saves time in the morning.
Yeah, 100%.
You're sitting in traffic and everything's ready to go. But yeah, we load it, take it up to the tip. They follow you up there. They show you where they want the bags.
Yeah.
And we just crane them down into a big pit up there.
A big pit, yeah. So obviously it doesn't go to the general waste, it goes to a different area in the tip.
There's a designated area up there. They just fill up the hole. I think since I've been doing it, I've seen 3 holes. And they a couple of thousand bags and some each one.
Yeah, there's still a lot coming back to the ground where it once came from, actually.
Yep.
Bonus question before we tell people where they can find you, I just wanted to ask you about traffic. Being a professional driver and owning a trucking company, we're both Wellington Lower Hutt boys, and the traffic is an absolute nightmare. How does that affect your business?
So we obviously charge depot to depot. So pretty much if you ring us up and say you want a job in Wellington and you want us here at 8 in the morning, we're going to have to leave at 6.
Yeah.
To be out there. So, the best times for us in peak traffic is between 10 and 2, really. That's probably our only window. Any time after that, you're stuck in traffic heading back towards Upper Hutt.
No one wants to do that.
No.
We had trouble getting you here tonight for that very reason, right? You just sconed in. All right, Steve, thank you, mate. I really appreciate you coming in for the podcast.
Yep.
What I'd like to do is just, if anyone needs your services, how would we get in touch with you?
You just either look us up on Facebook and Instagram, just B&R Transport.
Is it BR or B&R?
B&R Transport.
B&R Transport, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so if Google search, we can find you.
Yeah. A few jobs off Google.
We'll put, like I mentioned to you before we started, we'll put your details up on the screen. I'll get Jacques to put them up.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple of photos of you guys in action too.
Yep, no worries.
But I appreciate you coming on, man, and just giving people a bit of background on the unsung heroes that come in to bat for us after we've done the job and we all go home. So that's it for today's episode, number 43. We will see you again very soon with another episode of the HazMat podcast. Thank you for watching. Bye.